participating. So yeah.
Okay, cool. So what
There's
do
a
you,
lab setting up, but we might participate a little bit because we work with some of the module vendors, and maybe we can help them out and all that. So yeah, so it's a small community. So
so what do you do? Like profession wise, what's your job? I mean, what's your day job?
yeah, for the past couple of years, I've been going back and forth from Shenzhen to San Diego.
Yeah.
So I actually have my own company. So
Okay.
it's doing a lot of different things, right? So mainly it's on IoT M2M. We did a few like projects for solar panel companies. You know,
Okay.
yeah, there's one company in Bay Area called Solaxel. SunPower invested in it. We did one project. We won the project, but it's they went under.
Oh no.
I see.
So then afterwards we did some like California initiative, like utility kind of PDP, performance data provider.
Okay.
Basically, you have to report your electricity generation, once couple hours and stuff, to report to the company to the utility company, so you can get some rebates and stuff. So we help those people.
I see.
We a few stations, few smart meter kind of things in people's house, in churches, a factory, That's
Cool.
one thing we're doing. Like for myself, I do a lot of I work with a lot of manufacturers in Shenzhen, so I'm interested in those 0 to 1 kind of things, and our partners to take it to
Yeah.
and
We're still very close to zero, so it might be the kind of environment you're looking for.
yeah. So
But we just had so this is Mr. Song. I forgot your first name. Is it Alex?
Alex, yeah.
Alex. Okay, my memory works. So Jill's joined. We have Jill. We have Kevin. We have Benny. Um,
Is the audio okay?
the audio is good. Yeah. So
Yeah, I just
Alex.
can't see your faces, Jose and Alex, is all.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Let me go a little higher.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ah,
Hi, how are you?
So Alex is part of the IoT meetup group, and he owns a company that does helps relationships between Shenzhen and or I guess America. I think I
Yeah.
got that right. What in particular? What kind of hardware?
So there's one guy, he always want to do like robots startup and stuff. He has his own company, a full grown company. Okay? He has a brand on like wearables. So he can get money and stuff. So he's trying to get a company running now. He's raising fund. So that's why I'm very interested in all the robot stuff. Maybe I can help them in some ways. Help everybody in some ways.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever
So
he do will be more of like commercial thing, not like maker stuff.
yeah.
There's some maker people I know in Shenzhen too. So I'm kind of interested in see where you guys go and help whatever way I can.
Yeah. I mean, I've always thought about Shenzhen because right now, I mean, we bill ourselves as a software company. We're building the platform for Internet of Things devices, but we do also want to make some robots. And so if we could somehow, synergize with Shenzhen,
Yeah.
maybe we can
Yeah.
get cheaper prices or, like leverage, all the manufacturing capabilities, things like that.
Yeah. If you want to do mass production, I have some of my own projects. It's a different things like Wi-Fi hotspots and stuff. So I did those. So anyway, we can help out. So you have to at some stage you are thinking about this stuff, right? You want to do Kickstarter, at least sell a few thousand, 3,000-4,000 units.
Yeah.
So that's one way we want to characterize, whatever efforts we put in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, also, maker is pretty big there too. So hardware it's more moving away a little bit, right? So the maker, I think the Maker Fair last year, 2016 is
It's in Shenzhen, so we were like a little bit involved with that too. And I know some guys.
Okay. Is there like one huge main maker fair every year? Is that the one that this year it's in like San Jose, I think?
Fab Lab. Sorry, not Maker Fair. Fab Lab.
Fab
Like
Lab?
MIT Fab Lab. It's a maker space.
Okay.
This is where Kevin's gonna
Oh, it's a party.
meeting
Party
us.
over at Jose's house.
Rick, nice meeting you.
But we're not talking forward.
Oh, what? Wait.
Music,
Rick.
right?
Hey, Rick.
Oh, interesting.
You have to turn the camera a little bit towards the side and towards the wall, so we have the normal Rick effect going on. There we go.
Okay, hey, you guys talk. I still finished one couple of emails. That's it. So people are like bugging me right now. So I'll come back and join you guys.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Look, is that good? Is that better?
It's
That's
slowly
good.
moving downward.
That's better.
It's a feature.
All right. Let's see. All right. Who are we missing? I think nobody. I think that's it. So let's see. Company updates. The merge is very close to done. The merge between RunMyRobot, Let's Robot. Our goals, our high-level goals, are still reaching out to those Twitch streamers, which we still are trying to. We put a robot in the sky, Alan. He goes by Serious Gaming on Twitch. Put one in his house. He has yet to turn it on, and we've been pinging him. Hopefully not to the level of being bothersome, but I think he's in a little bit of a funk right now because I was watching his stream, and you can tell. So maybe he's just not in the mood yet. But yeah, shall we get to the stand-up?
Yeah.
All right. So today, or I guess since last time, what have I done? So last night I was experimenting, and in my experimentation I just finished being able to upload user profile images and robot profile images to S3. So the reason why that's useful is because I'm using this library that allows you to take a user's image and it will be able to resize the image for you very easily, so I don't have to worry about that. So that means we could, if we want, and we don't know if we want this yet, but we could have user thumbnails next to your chat message, because we could shrink down the image. And also you can upload your robot profiles kind of now. You can upload them, but the link to, or the part of the code to show them on the front page hasn't been done. So you can upload them and eventually they'll get shown on the front page. Did that, and then I've been working on the pips and the mass user control. I was a bit trigger happy today, and I rolled it out to production. I mean, I did my own testing, obviously, and I thought it was fine. And like really, there's like no better way to test it than on production. I know that sounds bad. Like if you're Apple or Microsoft, you wouldn't do that. But considering we're like still like
I think we're at it's fine.
a tiny, whatever, lithe startup, might as well take advantage of that flexibility. But anyway, we all found some things that still need to be fixed, so I'll work on that.
It's still come a long way. Like it's coming along. So
It's coming along.
good.
It's coming along. I mean, it's expected that things will break on production. I think it's normal. In fact, a normal part of the software development cycle. Let's see, what else did I do? Emailed a few more Twitch streamers. Had one response from another guy that had 200K followers. He seemed excited, but I sent him a follow-up email with more details, videos, how to use it, whatever, and haven't heard from him since. So that actually happens a lot. Like I get the first email, but I don't get the second email.
Oh,
I don't
well,
get a
ping
second
them again.
response. What's that? What did
I
you
mean,
say?
they showed interest, so you might as well ping them again.
Oh yeah, I can ping them again. Yeah.
I mean, these people are busy, and stuff just gets lost in the shuffle. So as long as they're responsive and excited, like it's worth following up.
Well, the thing is, like, they're excited, like on the first email because they don't know what it is. Because I sort of do like a teasing kind of email. I'm worried that it's not that things are just getting lost in the shuffle. It's that once they learn more about it, they realize they don't want this for whatever reason. Like they don't want to like screw with their stream, or they don't want to have to put another window in their stream. I don't know, but I can ping them again. That wouldn't hurt.
Well, once we have a few live, people will start to see how it works.
Yeah. What else? I think that's about it. Yeah. All right, that's it for me. All right, Kevin.
All right. So last stand up, I told you guys I emailed 5 people. I had 2 of them respond. I forwarded them to Jill. I've since found 5 more. Emailed them. I haven't received any reply back from them yet. I did a quick update to the YouTube channel just to show Let's Robot instead of RunMyRobot. And then I got bored, so I made 3D render of, or started to at least, a 3D render of the Kelly prototype.
Oh.
Cool.
Whoa,
So,
that looks pretty cool.
And then I'm just going to contact more streamers probably.
So for those of you that haven't clicked the link, or can't click the link, it basically just looks like that picture, the concept rendering.
Thanks.
That's pretty cool. I mean, you did that in what software?
Blender.
Wow, you learned Blender really fast to be able to do that like translucent lighting and everything.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Nice. Good job.
Thank you.
All right.
So, yeah, that's pretty much all I've done.
All right. Thanks, Kevin. All right, Jose.
Yeah, so let me find my Evernote. 1 sec. The perils of 3 screens. All right. Oh wow, I didn't finish that. I downloaded a transcript of the interview so that I can kind of use that as a framework for the brochure. Like what is it, and like the way that Jill answered the question seems to explain it the most clearly, because I have a hard time explaining it like to people, a harder time than you seem to do. So I'm using that for that.
I explain it to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I would say explaining this concept to everyone is my job. Is my main job.
Yeah. So yeah, I downloaded that as a transcript. My camera is just not collaborating. I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
I joined the San Diego Maker R2 Maker group. Waiting on some replies so that they can help me. Apparently, there's a bunch of people here that make them. I just need the dome for the car. Got accepted for Lyft as a driver, and if you just tell your friends, basically it's Let's Robot is the URL. You should tell your friends that want to use Lyft. So Lyft/Let's Robot, and then it'll kind of refer to me as a driver. Jill, you seem confused. Okay.
Your name is Let's Robot.
No. My Lyft name is Jose. My Lyft name is Jose, but my referral code is Let's Robot.
Oh, I see.
Because the point is to have the R2 on top of the car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and depending on what kind of rider we have, I can either wear this or not. If people are nice. So.
No, this is genius, man.
Right?
That's really
Get like a one-on-one conversation for 10 minutes with every person that gets in the car. We can have a little robot in the back seat driving around.
Oh, yeah, I do have a very versatile trunk. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just like
I was actually heavily considering making like a dashboard mount for my robot. Like,
yeah.
yeah, because I've been taking them in the car with me, and it's hilarious. You know,
Yeah, they like the car.
like I feel bad because they can't see outside. But it's really funny that, you know, they're just in the car, like, arguing like kids.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Met this guy who's going to the IoT conference happening in the Bay Area. He's actually in the living room doing some of his work. I'll talk to him a little bit after about attending, if he can do anything with our stuff. And I edited the README.io. I don't know if it's live yet. Instructions to make it more clear. Is this live, Rick?
Yeah, well, as soon as you save it, it just saves.
Oh, okay. It's gonna look nicer.
It's good.
And then I fixed Strashly, and that's most of it. Yeah, that's me.
Cool. All right.
That's my yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jose. All right, Benny.
So I worked a little bit more on just CADing kind of the existing parts on the robot, and so I have kind of everything down, and now I've just been kind of working on trying to think of how to make 3D, like a 3D printable shell that is kind of like sturdy but also easy to print, because that's probably like the hardest thing about 3D printing is like the obstacle of wanting it to like not take forever but also kind of like be printed in parts. And then I worked a little bit with Robin about how the LED interface should work, because previously on the telebots, basically you would send a serial command for each LED, and so that turned into like 18 or so separate commands, and so we were just kind of working on a way of consolidating that into just one command, basically concatenating all of the LED like basically values together. So that's
what's Robin and your status on that, on the widget stuff?
I've started writing the code for interpreting that. So once he gets that ready, I can kind of deploy it on my end and test and see.
And Jill, do you have any ideas where that should go on the UI?
Well, yeah, I had I just blocked out a layout that had tabs similar to the phone layout, and then noticed a section for lights, just because it would take up a lot of space. My other thought was it just mimics emoticons. So if you emote, maybe that's just what the face does.
That'd be cool. Yeah, but they wouldn't know that it's doing that it's making faces.
Well, I mean, we could still provide some feedback somewhere.
Yeah.
On the old version of the software, I had the little LED matrices on the right-hand side, or one of the things that was really super useful is I had a front-facing picture of the robot, so you could just see what its face looked like. So the LEDs changed, corresponding to the. But yeah, we'll have to put some kind of status somewhere.
Yeah, what would be cool is if we could programmatically make some faces in certain circumstances, like if it's stuck, if we know that the motors, I don't know, if we somehow detect that it's stuck, then it has a sad or angry face or something, something like that.
Yeah. I added some basic light functionality last night to Roxy, and I took them outside in the park, and then I basically just had two modes, one a flashlight mode, and the other's just the normal eyes, and then they just kept on trying to strobe people.
I love the agree disagree functionality.
Oh yeah,
I think that's super useful.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thanks, Benny. All right, Rick.
Let's see here. Okay, so mainly focusing on getting robots into people's hands at a low pressure level. These are not, at least the ones I'm focusing on, I'm not going after people who have a million viewers. I'm going after basically some test users. Although we went ahead and sent the parallax bot that I had out to Alan, and then he stopped responding to emails, so we still have to find out what's going on there.
Did you hear what I said earlier? I don't know if you were there in the room, but I was watching a stream. I don't know. I think he was, and you said so yourself. He might be either sick or depressed, or I don't know. But let's wait a couple days until we ping him again.
Yeah, he was sick. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to ping him too hard. Anyways.
Is it Luxor?
He's got parallaxy.
Oh, King Luxor.
No, this is not Luxor.
Oh,
okay. This is streamer guy. So and then there's the robot that's on its way to Spain. I don't think it's quite there yet. And then there's another lead I'm following, user who has, I think, like 2,000 followers, something like that. His name is Fierce Kitten, and she's actually really interested. I think she's a good test pilot because she's a programmer, and she liked the robot idea. And I called her, I talked to her, verified that she's really interested, and so I got her address. I just need to, put something together and send it out to her. And also making sure that these things are actually easy to set up. What I noticed when I actually emailed Alan the instructions to set it up, it's still kind of, even though I tried to make it easy, it's still quite a few steps. But anyways, worked on some of the things that are necessary to make that happen, like you can Ethernet now, and probably want to clean that up a little more, but just make it easy for people who can get it online and configure it and set up so that they can actually start the robot up easily. And that's it. Mainly just focus on trying to get a few preliminary bots out.
Was that open WRT card, Wi-Fi card on Parallaxy, or is it still using the Raspberry Pi's Wi-Fi?
Still just using the Raspberry Pi Wi-Fi, and I sent out an Ethernet cable that they can use to do the initial connection to get it running.
Okay.
I have some of those units. As soon as we have a design that has a place for them and everything, I can plug one on.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was asking Benny if he has one of those.
Yeah, I'll order it right now though.
Yeah. There's that, and then there's the speaker. And sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's all right. Yeah, but anyways, that's about it. I also did the printout of a couple pieces, the sliding piece that Benny designed and the holder for it. But for whatever reason, on my printer, it would fit into the slot so snugly that it couldn't slide. So for my printer, I think we need a model that's just slightly, the gap's slightly more open. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Was it too thick or too wide?
Yeah, it was, let's see, where are my hands on the camera? All right, so if it fits, you're right, it fits in the thing like this and slides.
Yeah.
These things were grabbing it too hard.
Okay.
So these things need to loosen up by a millimeter.
Do you know what the nozzle width on your printer is? How thick it prints a thing?
I don't know. It's a TAS. You could check. I don't even have. I'm just at Jose's right now, but it's a TAS 6 Luz bot.
Okay. Yeah, mine prints at 0.75 millimeters, and a lot of printers do that. But you have a fairly large one, so I'm thinking maybe your nozzle size is just bigger.
Yeah, very well could be. It's a pretty big printer.
And if the nozzle is bigger, but we're still having the CAD settings for a different type of printer, I could see that being an issue.
I just mean a different model. I don't change your model. I just mean probably just have a version 2.
I feel like there's a setting for that kind of stuff somewhere. If it's not in Onshape, there's got to be another program that does it, because the printer extrusion diameter varies from printer to printer. And
but I don't know if it's that or just something else, because it depends on which way it was printed, really.
Yeah. Well, if mine, for instance, is 0.75 diameter, that's what the print head does, and whereas it's 1 whole millimeter, then we're adding a quarter of a millimeter on each side of the object. So we're adding a whole half a millimeter thickness, and then that'll make things fit a lot differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it makes sense. I assume there's some difference.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, does that sound good, Benny?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Alrighty, that's my update. But yeah, it's looking good, Benny. I noticed your model's getting more stuff in it. I like the way you did the modeling. It's good work. Like you modeled all the pieces nicely and everything. It's cool.
Thank you.
E plus.
All right, Jill.
Yeah. So on my end, actually, while we were talking about hardware real quick, I just wanted to bring up, and I don't know if you guys have the same USB speakers or too many of them, but I was noticing that my robots were running like much shorter time periods than they were previously. So like I would get 5 to 6 hours, and I feel like they're lasting about 3.5 to 4 now. If I take the speaker out, they last long. So that thing is eating up a lot of juice, at least from what I can tell. And if anyone could like double check that for me, like that would be amazing. Like to just get like somebody else do a sanity check on that, because I feel like those USB speakers might be actually like a little too power hungry. I just wanted to bring that up. What was on my mind?
Interesting.
Yeah. So on my end, let me take a look at my notes. Yeah, so the merger is progressing. We got all the stuff approved between the lawyers. We went to go submit the first portion of the paperwork, but it came back with some previous tax stuff that I need to resolve. And as soon as I get that sorted out, like I already did the paperwork, so I just have to send them the payment difference, and then that should get done. So that's my bad. I did some more layout stuff for the website, just doing kind of like block layouts and figuring out like kind of where stuff goes and what kind of stuff should go where. But I haven't got too deep into like, you know, actually designing it. It's just like, where does stuff go, basically. I met with Mike this morning, who does BattleBots. So him and his daughter do BattleBots. They have, I talked with him for about 3 hours this morning, which is a little longer than I wanted. He's a little talkative, but he seemed like a really cool guy. He saw the presentation at party, and he has a lot of connections. Like he knows people in BattleBots, he knows people at Megabots, like he knows like anyone, it feels like, that's sort of doing anything like related to robots and media, like just about. So he has like a lot of connections. He has a workshop, there's BattleBots there. He just has like all of these robots like sitting around.
Have you seen his water gun mounted robot?
The video, yeah.
Or did you see it while you were there?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I saw some other really cool stuff. Like he basically had like a quadruped that was kind of like the Boston Dynamics big dog. It was just sitting around, and it's like, what are you gonna do with this? Like, come on, let's get it all online. And like one of the more, but yeah, he seemed kind of into the idea of like trying to like hook a robot up. So we'll see if he actually like follows through with that. And he was able to get me a couple of contacts I've been after for a while, which is nice. So I got like an intro to that professor at Berkeley who was studying like crowd controlled robots, like, nice. 10 years ago. And he has all of his students that and like his whole thing like focuses on human robotic interaction, HRI, which is like a whole field. So yeah, interesting fellow. So I'm gonna have some more conversations with him. And he also offered like use of shop tools, which is cool. So like another option for 3D printing is he had like a vacuum form machine.
What?
And he had independently brought up the idea, because I had this idea too, about doing like BattleBots with like robots that basically get where the exterior gets destroyed easily, right? So if you have like a vacuum form shell, like, when you're hitting each other with axes and stuff like that, like that'll break down easy, but like a vacuum, like that kind of shell or a 3D printed shell, like you could reproduce them quickly and then like make the bot look all new again, right? So he was bringing this stuff up, and it sounded like he had a lot of projects that already sort of had some overlap with stuff that we were doing. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. So yeah, there was that guy. and then yeah, like other than that, it's just I've been sort of. I haven't quite finished like Morty's rebuild, but that's close. I've been uh, taking Roxy out and kind of socializing with the users more and just see what they're into and like just trying to bring a little bit of cohesion like on the community side. And yeah, and then there's and just also while I'm thinking about it, there's somebody right now that's like on Discord. I think it's like Lucky somebody who's trying to set up a bot right now. So maybe we can jump in and help them.
Yeah,
still.
it's really cool how everything's sort of like coming together. I mean, the site looks better, part of the like because of the new design, and like I also did some CSS things, like the logo was out of place, whatever, things like that. Also, like our community is just like naturally growing, like we thought it would. Like I think like we're still on that bottom part of that hockey stick, and I think like we still have it might still exponentially grow, the community. Yeah, I forgot my point, but yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, just to add to that, the traffic's getting more stable even without any effort, like no posting from me anyways, and the traffic seems to be stabilizing, so it's a good sign.
I think what I was trying to say is like the ball is like finally like starting to roll by itself. Like for example, people ask questions in the Discord channel and I don't have to answer them because somebody else answers them. There's a wiki page also, if you guys didn't know. Yeah, somebody's making a quadrocopter in the Discord channel. Somebody created an Android app which you can clone and you can actually run on your phone right now. It's very basic.
We'll have to check that one out.
But yeah, lots of robots in progress in the Discord channel. Lots of activity in the Discord channel in general.
Nice.
And of course, weaponized autism, or Joseph. He's it's an awesome name. He actually hacked NASA. NASA's like not like their internal like rocket system or anything, but he hacked their website when he was 13 years old, and there's actually an article, like a press article about that. So I don't think he's lying. But anyway, like he's a super smart guy, and he's like he's gonna help us with making the robots more easily upgradable and making the installation process smoother, as well as the deployment process, because like as you guys probably notice, like it goes down every time I deploy a new feature. So he's gonna help with all those three things. But yeah, I think like I don't know, it's just like it's just looking more and more like a real professional, legitimate site. It's cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's come together a lot. Like compared to even where it was last week. Like I looked through the whole site. It's like pretty solid. Like there's always things that like could get better, but like overall, it's like it's very like you guys have done a good job like getting all that together and cleaned up.
Yeah, and the track record of press that we have now, like with Udacity, with the CIO thing, the New Zealand thing, the PC Game article. It just, yeah.
Don't forget, we're going to get a blog in Raspberry next month.
Wow, that's huge.
And they're going to write all about the site and all the things, so we better be ready.
Yeah.
Oh, next month? Yeah, we need to definitely have like a how-to guide on how to make your own tablet.
Yeah, well, that will be...
Make sure that somebody... Jill, make sure somebody does that.
Yeah.
Even if it falls on me.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that.
Is the wiki the same thing as the README.io? Or is that a different link?
It's a different link. You can find it in the Discord channel. It's a pinned message. Or you can find it in the forums as well. There's a link.
Okay. I think that should be merged somehow.
I also have a lot of latent press contacts that, like, when we're ready, like, I can tell them, hey, we've launched this site. Come check it out. Make is another big one. Like, I know several people at Make magazine that would be interested in writing about this.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, the Udacity one I really liked that one. Like, that one really seems legit. Like everybody has their like legs crossed and like there's like production quality.
Yeah, it's high
There's like
quality
lights
camera
and there's like a boom guy. I don't know, that was like the real deal. It was cool.
He was digging the robots, man. Like I turned the robot on before I even left for Mountain View, and it was hanging out in the car, and I think some sort of hype built up before we got there, and then when we got there, the robot was just that full robot. It was totally hilarious.
Yeah.
Everybody loved it, and like I think
I was watching that.
The host is like a fan for life now.
Yay. Nice.
It was telling that one girl, Megan, that she was cute.
Yeah. Oh, they still keep asking about Megan. Yeah. Like even this morning, somebody brought up Megan. So
Oh my god. Think of Megan a robot.
Yeah. We'll have a Megan emoji.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, I mean, great progress, everybody. Anything else you guys want to say? Cool. Well, I think we're doing really well. Like, it's just a matter of time, I think.
I hope so, yes.
All right. Well, everybody have a good night.
All right.
Cool.
Good night, guys.
All right. See ya. Bye.